Money is often touted as the ultimate key to a woman's heart. But let me pose a simple question. If wealth was truly the answer, why do the richest men on earth still face betrayal, disrespect, and heartbreak? The sad truth is that if you don't truly understand what women value, you'll find yourself pouring time, energy, and money into an endless pit, only to be left asking, where did it all go wrong? Today, we'll talk about women, relationships, and the raw reality that no one else has the courage to lay out for you. Yes, money plays a part. It always has. It buys security, comfort, and access to the kind of life that others dream of. But here's the catch that so many men miss. Money alone doesn't make you irreplaceable. Women aren't looking for a bank account. They're looking for something far more profound. Women want more than just material possessions. They crave connection, depth, and a sense of belonging that cannot be bought, no matter how many zeros are in your paycheck. In today's world, relationships have evolved. Women are more independent, more selective, and they have more options than ever before. With social media lighting up their DMs with attention from men all over the world, if you think flashing cash or flexing your status will win her heart, you're about to learn a painful lesson. The truth is, in the long run, it's not about what you have. It's about who you are. Most men feel adrift in today's dating world. If that's you, don't worry, you're not alone. Society has told you to chase wealth, status, and looks, but it's failed to teach you the critical traits that truly make you magnetic. That's why you're here. You're here because you know there's a gap between the man society says you should be and the man you're meant to become. By the end of this, you'll uncover 3 powerful traits that women secretly desire more than money. You'll understand exactly what it takes to stand out in a sea of men who all blur together in her eyes. You'll learn the deeper truths of female psychology that most men shy away from, and you'll gain the wisdom to not only attract her, but to keep her respect, admiration, and loyalty long term. This isn't about blaming women or playing the victim card. It's about giving you the tools to thrive in the modern dating landscape. You're not here to wallow in self-pity. You're here to transform your relationships and become the kind of man women truly desire. Let's dive in. Number 1, emotional control. Picture this. You're sitting across from her at a chic restaurant. She's stunning, captivating, and all eyes are on her. Suddenly, the waiter trips and spills red wine all over your shirt. The room falls silent. You can feel the heat of embarrassment rise in your chest, the frustration bubbling up inside you, the urge to lash out. This moment will define you. Will you blow up, letting her see you crumble under the pressure? Or will you pause, smile, and say something disarming like, "Guess red's my new color"? In that split second, you've done more than just diffuse an awkward moment. You've shown emotional control. And that's not just important. It's a game changer. Emotional control is your superpower. In a world that often feels chaotic and drama-filled, women notice men who stay grounded. They crave this stability. Emotional control sends a message that says, "I'm a man who can weather any storm, no matter how intense it gets." You see, money may buy comfort and experiences, but it doesn't buy emotional steadiness. Women are not looking for a millionaire who wilts under pressure. They want a man whose composed presence reassures them that no matter what chaos life throws their way, he will stand tall, unshaken. Women need to feel deep down that when the world is crumbling around them, the man beside them won't flinch. Emotional control is about more than just mastering your reactions. It's about mastering your very essence. When you enter a room, do you project calm confidence, Or do you bring a storm with you? This trait extends beyond relationships. It influences how the world sees you as a man. Consider Marcus Aurelius. This Roman emperor faced betrayals, wars, and even a plague. Yet he led with clarity and composure. That isn't just ancient history. It's a timeless guide to living with poise, regardless of external pressures. Now, let's bring this back to the modern dating world. It's filled with misunderstandings, emotional games, and passive-aggressive behavior. Women are tired of the drama. They want a man who can bring peace to the chaos, a man who doesn't just survive life, but handles it with grace and confidence. Emotional control isn't a skill, it's a must-have trait. When you master it, you not only win her heart, you earn her respect. Women are bombarded every day by emotionally unstable men. Men who lash out in fury when their texts aren't returned in 5 minutes. Men who crumble at the slightest hint of rejection. Men who spiral into insecurity over the smallest of things. But here's the secret. If you can be different, if you are that rare man who remains steady in the face of turbulence, she will notice. Not just notice, but she will be drawn to you like a magnet. But here's the truth. Mastering emotional control isn't easy. It's forged in the fire of discomfort, and it takes real effort. The next time you feel anger rising inside you, try this. Stop. Let that heat burn, but don't let it consume you. Take a deep breath, inhale for 4 counts, hold it for 4, then exhale slowly for 4. Sounds simple, right? But trust me, it works. It literally rewires your brain to respond with clarity rather than with rage. Make this a daily practice. You're not just calming your nerves, you're building an inner strength that others feel when they're near you. Women have an incredible instinct for reading emotions. You might think you're hiding your frustration or anxiety, but she feels it. Every subtle tightening of your jaw, every furrowed brow, every clipped tone in your voice, it sends a message. And if you're constantly unstable, she'll pick up on it. But here's where things get interesting. Once she senses that instability, she'll test you not out of malice, but because she needs to see if you can handle her, if you can handle life's challenges without falling apart. It's instinct. Women don't test men consciously, but it happens all the time. She might throw out a snarky comment, bring up an ex, or challenge your opinion. It's not the words that matter, it's your reaction. Do you snap back defensively? Do you shrink into self-doubt? Or do you hold your frame, smile, and let it roll off you, like water off a duck's back? The way you handle these moments is what defines whether she sees you as a solid rock she can rely on, or as just another man who can't stand up to the weight of a real relationship. In today's world, relationships are often a battlefield of unspoken expectations. Women are drawn to men who can endure emotional storms without losing their calm. Emotional control signals maturity, self-respect, and leadership. It tells her that you're not just a man who can pay the bills. You're a man who can stand tall when life gets tough. This is about more than keeping her attention. It's about earning her respect. Sure, a woman can be impressed by your wealth, but respect? That's a whole different currency, one that money can't buy. She needs to feel that you're the captain of your own life, steering your ship through both calm seas and stormy waters. Don't confuse emotional control with emotional suppression. Emotional control isn't about being cold or unfeeling. It's about channeling your emotions in a way that strengthens you. If you're angry, use that fire to fuel your purpose. If you're hurt, let that pain drive your personal growth. Women deeply respect men who can take their emotions, transform them into power, and rise stronger. Picture this: a man walking away from a heated argument, not because he's afraid, but because he knows the battle isn't worth his time. Picture a man who hears criticism and doesn't react defensively. Instead, he considers it thoughtfully and decides whether it holds value. Picture a man who faces rejection with a simple shrug and a smile, knowing his worth is not tied to anyone else's opinion. That's the man she remembers. That's the man she talks about to her friends. That's the man who stands out in a world full of impulsive, emotionally volatile men. The next time you're tested, think of it as a challenge, a chance to prove, not just to her, but to yourself, that you're different. Hold your frame, speak calmly, look her in the eyes, and show her that no matter what she says or does, you're unshakable. She'll feel it, and so will you. Emotional control isn't just attractive, it's life-changing. It's the foundation of unshakable confidence. It's what allows you to step into any room, any relationship, any challenge with the kind of strength and poise that makes people take notice. It's what transforms you from a man who merely survives life into one who thrives in any circumstance. So let me ask you this: when the storms come, and they will, are you the man who panics or the man who stands firm? The choice is yours. And believe me, she's watching. Number 2, purpose. Purpose isn't just a word. It's the essence of what makes a man stand out. Without purpose, a man is like a ship drifting aimlessly at sea, waiting for the waves to carry him wherever they choose. And here's the painful truth: women can see it. She can spot it in your eyes, in the way you carry yourself, in the way you spend your time. Purpose isn't something you tell her about. It's something you show her. It's embedded in every decision you make, every action you take, every word you speak. Now, picture this: a man wakes up every day with no direction. His alarm goes off, and he hits snooze over and over again. He drags himself out of bed, scrolling aimlessly through his phone, filling the hours with distractions. His day is reactive, not intentional. He's waiting for life to happen to him instead of actively shaping his own destiny. This man won't attract a woman. In fact, he'll repel her. Why? Because deep down, women know what most men refuse to admit. A man without purpose is a man without value. But a man with purpose now, that's a different story. Picture him. He wakes up before dawn, not because someone told him to, but because he's driven by something bigger than himself. His eyes sparkle with determination, his steps have weight, and his actions have meaning. He's not chasing her attention, he's chasing his mission. And that's exactly why she's drawn to him. She feels it, she sees it, and she craves to be a part of it. Women are naturally attracted to men who are building something greater than themselves. It doesn't matter if it's a business, a career, your body, or a dream. Women are drawn to the fire that burns in your soul. Why? Because purpose represents stability, and stability equals security. When she sees a man who is guided by a mission, she knows that he won't crumble under pressure. He's not looking to her to complete him, he's already whole. She's not the center of his universe, but she knows she'll feel safe and valued within it. Modern relationships are broken because too many men are lost, floundering in uncertainty. They mistakenly believe that impressing her means flashy cars, extravagant dinners, or the perfect six-pack. Sure, those things might grab her attention, but they won't keep it. Deep down, she's looking for something more. She's searching for a man who can inspire her, challenge her, and lead her, a man who isn't just existing, but living with a sense of purpose that can't be shaken by the trivialities of life. Purpose isn't about having it all figured out. It's not about perfection or even success. It's about direction. You don't need to have your entire future mapped out, but you need to know where you're going. If you're sitting around, waiting for something or someone to give you meaning, you're already losing. Ask yourself, what drives you? What makes you leap out of bed in the morning? What would you do if you had nothing to lose? These are the questions that define your purpose. It doesn't need to be monumental. You don't have to be the next Elon Musk or Michelangelo, but you need something that stirs your soul, something that pushes you to grow, evolve, and build something meaningful. In today's world, distractions are the enemy of purpose. Social media, mindless video games, endless scrolling, they're engineered to keep you numb, distracted, and stagnant. Every hour you spend chasing fleeting dopamine hits is an hour stolen from your mission. And while you waste time, another man is out there grinding, building, and becoming the kind of man she dreams of. So, don't let distractions control your life. The clock is ticking, and while you sit idle, someone else is becoming the man she's drawn to. But purpose isn't just about attracting her, it's about becoming the man you were born to be. When you live with purpose, you walk differently, you talk differently, you carry yourself in a way that commands attention. People feel it when you enter a room. You no longer seek validation because you validate yourself. You don't crave attention because your actions speak louder than words. That's the kind of man who earns respect not just from women, but from the world. Think about the men you admire, whether they're historical figures like Epictetus, modern-day leaders, or successful entrepreneurs. They all share one thing in common: purpose. Epictetus was born a slave, yet he didn't let his circumstances define him. He dedicated his life to philosophy, leaving behind a legacy that still resonates today. That's the power of purpose. It transcends all boundaries. It doesn't matter where you come from or what challenges you face. When you have purpose, you can move mountains. Women are instinctively drawn to men who are focused and driven. It's not about how much money you have in the bank. It's about what you're doing with your time. Money is fleeting, but purpose is eternal. When she sees you working towards something meaningful, she knows that you're not a man who will settle for mediocrity. You're a man who is going places, with or without her. That's what excites her. Purpose doesn't just make you attractive, it makes you unstoppable. When you're locked in on your mission, distractions fall away. You stop chasing temporary pleasures and start building lasting value. You stop worrying about what others think because you're too focused on your own path. And the best part, women will be drawn to you not because you're trying to impress them, but because you've become the kind of man they can't ignore. If you're struggling to find your purpose, start small. Pick something you're passionate about, whether it's a fitness goal, a side hustle, or a new skill, and commit to it. Throw yourself into it completely and watch how your confidence grows. Purpose isn't found, it's built. And the more you build, the more magnetic you become. Here's the hard truth. Women don't want a man who's drifting through life. They want a man who's climbing, striving, and achieving. They want a man who makes them feel like they're part of something bigger than themselves. When you have purpose, you don't need to chase her. She'll want to be a part of your journey. So stop wasting time. Stop making excuses. Stop waiting for life to hand you meaning. Get up, take control, and build something worth living for. Because a man with purpose doesn't just survive, he thrives. Number 3, integrity. Integrity isn't just a word. It's the very foundation of who you are as a man. It's not something you put on like a suit to impress others. It's who you are when no one's watching. In today's world, where lies are sold as truths and shortcuts are glorified. Integrity is one of the rarest and most valuable qualities a man can possess. It's the unshakable backbone that separates the boys from the men. Women feel it, respect it, and crave it more than anything you could ever buy. Integrity is about doing what you say you're going to do. It's about keeping your word, even when it's inconvenient, even when it costs you something, even when no one else would know if you didn't. Think about it. You promise her you'll meet her for dinner, but then your friends call and invite you to watch the game. Do you blow her off with some excuse, thinking it's just one small thing? Or do you show up because you said you would? That moment may seem trivial to you, but to her, it's everything. Modern relationships are filled with men who overpromise and underdeliver. They tell her what she wants to hear in the moment, only to flake when it matters most. They think their excuses will go unnoticed, but women are intuitive. She may not always call you out on every broken promise, but she's keeping a mental tally. Each time you let her down, she loses a little more respect for you, and once respect is lost, it's nearly impossible to regain. Women don't just listen to your words, they watch your actions. They're not fooled by grand gestures or empty promises. You could take her on the most lavish vacation, but if you lie about where you were last weekend, it means nothing. Trust is built in the smallest moments, in the promises you keep, the times you show up, the consistency of your actions. If you can't be trusted with the little things, how can she trust you with her heart? In today's world of deception, where social media cultivates a culture of falseness, integrity is your superpower. Why? Because it's so rare. Men lie to impress, to gain validation, to manipulate. But here's the truth. When you stand out as the man who is honest, reliable, and unshakable in his values, you become unforgettable. Integrity isn't just about being honest with others. It's about being honest with yourself. Are you living up to your own standards? Are you doing the hard things, even when no one is looking? Because she will feel it if you're not. Women are incredibly perceptive. They can sense when a man isn't congruent with who he says he is. If your words and actions don't align, she'll know. And when she knows, she'll never fully trust you. Think about how integrity plays out in today's relationships. Picture this. A man promises his commitment, but as soon as the going gets tough, he starts searching for an escape. Or perhaps he claims to value loyalty, yet he's sliding into other women's DMs behind her back. These men think they're being clever, but in reality, they're eroding the very foundation of what makes a relationship thrive: trust. When you lack integrity, you're unconsciously telling her that she can't rely on you. And there's no faster way to drive a woman away than making her feel like she's with a man who's unstable, unreliable, and dishonest. Now, let's flip the script. Imagine you live with integrity suddenly. You're offering her something far more valuable than money or material possessions: security. But this isn't just about financial stability. It's about emotional and moral steadiness. A woman wants to know that the man she's with is a man of his word. If he says he's going to do something, he does it. If he commits to her, he isn't out chasing other women when she's not around. Integrity says, I am a man you can trust. And in a world where trust is increasingly hard to come by, that's not just attractive, it's magnetic. But integrity isn't only about making her feel secure, it's about you. A man without integrity may fool others for a while, but he can never fool himself. Every lie, every broken promise, every betrayal chips away at your self-respect. And without self-respect, you're left with nothing. Take a good hard look in the mirror. Can you respect the man staring back at you? If your answer is no, then it's time for change. Integrity is tough. It means choosing the right path, even when it's the harder one. It means telling the truth, even when a lie would be more convenient. It means staying loyal, even when temptation is everywhere. But that's what makes integrity so powerful. The easy path leads to mediocrity, but the hard path, that leads to greatness. Imagine for a moment a world where every man lived with integrity. In this world, women wouldn't have to second-guess your words or question your intentions. Relationships would be built on trust, not suspicion. You have the power to create this world by starting with yourself. Integrity isn't about being the nice guy. It's about being a strong, grounded man who stands firm in his values. It's about saying what you mean and meaning what you say. It's about choosing the higher road, not because it's easy, but because it's right. Women admire and respect a man who doesn't compromise his values for convenience or social approval. And when a man stands with integrity, a woman feels safe, not just physically, but emotionally and morally. That's the kind of man you become when you live with integrity. But here's the truth. Integrity isn't something you can just flip on like a light switch. It's a habit, a muscle that gets stronger the more you use it. Start small. Keep every promise you make, no matter how insignificant it might seem. Be honest in every conversation, even when it's uncomfortable. Show up on time, every time. These small actions, repeated consistently, will compound over time, and eventually, you'll become the kind of man who inspires trust without even trying. So here's the real question. Who are you when no one is watching? Are you the man you claim to be, or are you hiding behind a mask? Because here's the harsh reality. The truth always comes out, and when it does, it can either build your legacy or destroy it. Integrity is the difference between a life of regret and one of pride. It's the difference between being forgotten and being remembered. And most importantly, it's the difference between being a man she tolerates and the man she admires. Be the man she can trust. Be the man who keeps his word. Be the man who stands for something. In a world full of lies and empty promises, a man with integrity is the rarest and most powerful thing a woman will ever find. And when you embody that man, you become unforgettable. Let's be real. Women are drawn to money, but not for the reasons you think. It's not the cash itself, it's what the man behind it represents. Money is a symbol of your ability to provide stability, security, and a future. But money will never replace the core qualities women truly crave: emotional strength, purpose, and unshakable integrity. Without these, even the richest man is just another face in the crowd. In today's world, relationships have never been more complicated. Women are empowered, selective, and have more choices than ever before. If you don't stand out as a man of depth, purpose, and unmovable principles, you'll just be another name on a long list of men who didn't measure up. But here's the golden opportunity. The bar is set low, and most men aren't even trying to rise above it. This is your chance to become the man who doesn't just capture her attention, but earns her admiration and loyalty. Money may open the door, but your character is what will keep it open. Become the man she respects. Become the man she chooses, not because of what's in your wallet, but because of the strength you bring into her life. When you master this balance, you'll stop chasing and start being chased. Women will see you for what you truly are. The rare man who gets it. That's power. And that's the life you deserve. If this resonates with you, don't let this moment pass. Hit that subscribe button, because there's so much more to uncover. Like this video if you're ready to become the man she can't ignore. and share it with someone who needs to wake up and level up. Drop a comment below saying stand out. Own it, say it, and start living it. This is your moment to rise above the noise and take control not just of your relationships, but of your life. Let's redefine what it means to be a man in today's world. I'll see you in the next one.